I'm sitting here in the boring room. It's just another rainy Sunday afternoon. I'm wasting my time, I got nothing to do. I'm hanging around.
Good morning, YouTube. But today is a little bit of a different video. As you've already seen, we're going to talk about Classic today. I know this is a video channel normally, but Classic gets me so excited and I just want to talk about it. So here we go. I'm going to play an Enhancement Shaman while Classic. Why is that? Or what kind of idiot would play an Enhancement Shaman as his main in Classic? I mean, it's inconsistent. It's basically just a fucking casino class at the end of the day. What made me decide to go Enhancement Shaman? Well, first of all, I've been playing Shaman since Cataclysm. Before that, I actually played Alliance and played a no mage. But I kind of got stuck on Shaman for that long, and I feel like it's kind of my class at this point. So, of course, I'm going to pick an Orc. Why Orc? I mean, first of all, as you get Blood Rage, already a great tool to get more big Wind Fury crits out there, but that's basically just a small margin that will really affect your gameplay, right? Because it also has a big downside in the sense that you get less healing when you use it. More importantly, it's the axe specialization as well, which you get whenever you use an axe. You basically have higher hit chance and overall just increases your skill with axes. And since you'll be using a lot of two-handed axes as Nightfall or Arcanite Reaper, maybe later on Edge of Insanity, I think it's called. So axe specialization is amazing since you'll be most of the time be running as a Nightfall Shaman, because Enhanced Shaman in raids, it's actually just a support class, or mainly a support class. But more importantly, I'm really into PvP, and you might say, Neeko, come on dude, like just go Elemental Shaman. That's just everything that Enhance wants to be, but better. Which is true, but I see something in this class and I love playing the underdog, so I mean that's basically where I'm coming from. And that's the next reason why you should play Orc in that scenario. Hardiness. Hardiness makes encounters with warriors, even paladins and rogues, a lot easier. I mean, if you get RNG carried as well, like it just gets better. It basically increases your stun resistance by 25%, which is a huge deal in Classic. It's a huge deal. Oh, and on top of that, of course, we have to talk about professions, right? We have to talk about professions and what we will do about those. Of course, first of all, I'm probably going to go mining, even though I'm not quite certain yet, because mining will slow you down while leveling, so I might just do skinning or nothing at all while leveling, just to focus on getting 60 first. But later on, I'll definitely pick up mining and level back up, so I can get into gnomish engineering. Now, you might ask, gnomish? I mean, engineering is normal, right? Engineering, you need that for PvP, you need that for grenades and whatnot, like, it's very, very, very good. For PvP especially, but for PvE it also has its uses, not only with bonus damage and grenades, but also in probably the most important trinket I can get for raiding, since I'm going to be sitting in a melee group, just spamming Wind Fury Totem, Agility Totem, and I think it's Grace of Air and Grace of Earth totems. Totem twisting those, and like Wind Fury and Grace of Air, to make sure that my 4 warriors that are also my group get the most out of my totems. You can also run the Gnomish Battle Chicken, which increases, I mean sometimes, it's again RNG, it sometimes increases your melee or your group's haste by 5%, which is also a pretty big deal, and it lasts actually for 5 minutes. That's actually a huge buff. So if I'm running this, none of the other warriors have to. So they can fully concentrate on doing damage. And of course, I mean, there are other very good engineering tools, such as the Rocket Helmet or Goblin Zapper Charges, for example. Those you can still use while being a Gnomish Engineer. On the other hand, Gnomish Battle Chicken you can't use as a Goblin Engineer. So I'm kind of forced to go Gnomish in that case. Also, regarding all of this inconsistency and RNG in PvP, there's also a couple of builds out there that are kind of interesting and focus more on shield and one-handed weapon. And in some occasions, later on, it's kind of fun to play with that. I've tried a couple of different builds out in that case, and it's actually really, really fun to use that. For example, using the charm, the Wushalay's Charm of Spirits, which actually increases your lightning shield's damage by 100% for 20 seconds, which is really, really good. and it's also consistent, absolutely no RNG involved in that case. Just like Maelstrom weapon, if you have a fast dagger or something, this is also really good, because you will get a couple of those procs every now and then. Of course, we can also talk about just overall hitting with Wind Fury. I think that's a common misconception that Wind Fury is just this amazingly big crit that only you can get, but the chances, as mentioned by so many others before, the chance of you actually getting a Wind Fury proc on top of it critting all of those hits is very, very uncommon. But even if it just hits a normal Wind Fury proc, it's already pretty decent. But more importantly, I mean, just take a look on how that would look like if you hit it on a Plate Wearer. Because most of the time, you will try to hit Cloth Wearer classes with your big two-handed axe and get those Wind Fury procs. And I can tell you one thing, it is so much fun. Unfortunately, I'm not in the Classic Beta yet, so I cannot provide you guys with any meaningful tests or content that would go beyond just an overall overview video, what I'm gonna do about it. But once Classic releases, I'm gonna take a break from Black Desert for a while and just focus on that and see how far I can go with it, because I think Classic was my childhood and Classic will maybe even be my adulthood as well, which is kind of weird to say. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun so far. I'm just looking at all the hype that's surrounding it, and it's just it's overall a great experience, I think, and it takes the MMO genre's heart back into it, if that makes any sense. Since I believe the community, and I mean everyone already mentioned this, but the community aspect and all of just the gear progression itself feels so much more meaningful. And even though there's still RNG involved to an extent, it's still very fun, and I still really, really much enjoy it. So anyway, guys, I've ranted and rambled for long enough. If you're interested in anything more from me, the links will always be in the description. I'm already losing my mind and I can't even speak English anymore. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that cleared some of the things up that I wanted to do with WoW and WoW Classic when it comes out, and you will see me go for maybe even high Warlord titles and gear, because I'm really into PvP myself and I really want to, you know, push the limit on that. And of course, for PvP, you also need to raid, as I said before. So, looking forward to that. And looking forward to seeing you guys around when it actually releases, or when I actually get beta access, which is probably not going to happen at this point. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day. My name is Neeko2lo, and I'm out. Goodbye.